It's 2026. We are sending billions to the Middle East, billions to Europe, billions to the Pacific. But walk into any grocery store in America, and you'll see the real casualty of these wars: the American taxpayer. While politicians call it defending freedom, your dollar buys less, your roads buckle, your kids inherit the debt. And somewhere in a Russian munitions factory, the machines never stop. Let's talk about shells, the kind that actually win wars. In 2022, the United States produced about 15,000 artillery shells a month. Sounds like progress, right? Here's the problem. Russia produced 7 million artillery shells, mortar rounds, and rockets in 2025 alone. That's a 17-fold increase from pre-war levels. Estonia's foreign intelligence confirmed it. Russia isn't just ahead. Russia is producing shells 3 to 4 times faster than the entire NATO alliance combined. And here's the gut punch. A NATO 155mm shell costs around $4,000 to produce. A Russian shell? About $1,000. A 4-to-1 cost advantage. In any other industry, we'd call that bankruptcy. Now add China. Beijing's state-owned defense giants are sitting on production capacity that could match or surpass everything the US and Europe put out combined. If they ever hit the throttle, this isn't a budget problem. It's a factory problem. And factories take years to build. So how does America pay for all of this? Simple. We borrow it. We print it. We call it an emergency supplemental. And then we do it again. The 2024 Ukraine security package alone, $60 billion. The 2026 foreign aid package, another $50 billion. 3 conflict theaters, all financed by debt. U.S. consumer inflation is still sitting at 2.5% as of January 2026, still above the Fed's target. And every dollar we print to fund a war abroad is a dollar that quietly robs you at the register. Economists will tell you it's manageable, but here's what they won't say out loud. We are substituting the printing press for the factory floor. 73 cents of every supplemental dollar stays inside America, going to defense contractors. That sounds great, but it doesn't close the shell gap. It doesn't build stockpiles. It builds stock prices. The American dream was built on making things. The global war machine runs on making debt. Now here's where it gets dangerous. The United States is currently stretched across 3 simultaneous conflict theaters: Ukraine, the Middle East, the Taiwan Strait. 3 fronts, 1 arsenal, 1 shrinking budget. Military planners call this risk. The rest of us call it a trap. Our Patriot missile interceptors? We produce around 740 a year. Russia and Iran fire thousands of cheap drones and ballistic missiles, forcing U.S. to spend million-dollar interceptors shooting down $1,000 drones. That math never works. Our recruitment? The Army missed its target by 15,000 soldiers in 2022. Only 23% of young Americans even qualified to serve. And the number of 18-year-olds is about to drop by 10%. Military depot parts fill rates, 83%. Forge is running at 92% capacity. Aircraft maintenance and backlog. This is what a force under strain looks like before the real war starts. Ask yourself, if China moves on Taiwan tomorrow, do we have the shells? The interceptors? The recruits? Or have we spent our magazine defending someone else's border while leaving our own strategy hollow? Let's be honest with each other. 45% of Americans want to cut foreign aid. Polling shows overwhelming support for spending more on veterans, on schools, on roads, on us. And they're not wrong to ask the question. The American dream was never about policing the world. It was about building something here. A house, a future, a country worth defending. But right now, the global war machine is eating that dream alive, one emergency supplemental at a time. Slow down. This is not an argument for isolationism. It's an argument for honesty. If we're going to compete with China and Russia, we need factories, not just checkbooks. We need recruits, not just contractors. We need a strategy with an end state, not an open tab at the world's most expensive bar. Do we want to be the world's policeman, or do we want to be a functioning country again? That's the question no one in Washington wants to answer. But every American paying $6 for a dozen eggs already knows which one they'd choose. The arsenal isn't empty yet, but it's not full either, and the clock is running. If this hit different, share it, because the first step to fixing a problem is admitting we have one.